Flag football.
Let's do it.
Olympics. I reported yesterday, and I've heard this from multiple different people, the league and the owners are not on the same page about this. I think if I owned a team, I'd say, why do I want to loan my player? I've got a contract. Paragraph 3 of the standard player contract makes it clear that that player is not allowed to do any other football activities for anyone else or any other activity that has a significant risk of personal injury, not a risk of significant personal injury, but a significant risk of personal injury of any kind. I have the ability to take him to court and get an injunction like the Titans did with Pac-Man Jones in 2007. I'm not giving up my investment in this player who's under contract to go chase Olympic gold when it's not going to add to my bottom line. And if anything else, it's going to put my interests at risk. So with that on one side, where are the players on, or where do you think they are? And what have you heard when you were there on this idea of having the ability, if they want to go play flag football in the Olympics in 2028?
A lot of them have publicly stated already. You don't need me to tell you that they're excited about it, right? I mean, I think representing your country in Olympic sport is pretty incredible opportunity for you. And I've had the opportunity to know tangentially a couple of Olympians, and I know how proud they are to represent the country and put the flag around their neck when they compete and go there and represent America and the United States. I think you're going to have a hard time convincing active players who are really interested in participating from not doing it. And I think that's going to be a story that we'll continue to track and follow heading into the LA Olympics, especially in Los Angeles, right? I think especially in LA where it's on home soil and the game and flag football is growing. I mean, we had just in our household alone, my oldest daughter played in her first flag football game this weekend. And she was like so excited and energized by being part of the sport. And you're seeing it grow at the youth level. You're seeing it grow amongst women and girls, especially not just in the United States, but elsewhere. And I think those are going to be factors that will lead to some sort of push from active players who want to participate to be there in LA. And I think it'd be great for the United States if we had active NFL players there. The flip side, of course, is true where you do have to have some injury protection. You do have to have, to your point about the legal issues, there has to be some agreement and understanding between the players union, the league, and the ownership groups about what are the ways that we can make this work and also protect the players as well. And I think that's a big question mark that's yet to be determined. But I also know that, again, be hard pressed to get a guy like Tyreek who said, I really want to be there in 28. If he's still in the NFL, it's going to be hard for somebody to look him in the face and say, yeah, no, you can't wear the flag.
My guess, throwing a dart. There may not even be a dartboard there. But if I had to make a guess, I'd say that the Olympics, to the extent that it continues, it's going to become a place where recently retired players go to put the icing on their careers. And Tyreek Hill by 2028 may not be playing in the NFL. Mike Evans, who said he wants to play Olympic flag football, he likely won't be playing in the NFL. So you get guys who are fresh from the NFL. They're the Olympic team. They go kick everybody's butt. They get their gold medal and they walk off into the sunset. And the problem is it only happens every 4 years. So your career's got to end just right so you can go do it. But I think that's where it's going to go because I don't see the owners. Now, maybe Roger Goodell is going to be able to twist their arms. I don't see them putting their players at risk, and I don't see them underwriting the risk of a serious injury and having to pay a full $25 million salary because insert name of player, because I'm not going to name names and jinx somebody, tears an ACL playing flag football.
Yeah, it's a really interesting point. It's like anything else, it's going to be a challenge. And you've seen the Pro Bowl go through the same thing, right? You've seen the Pro Bowl go through a very similar process of we want to keep the product competitive, but we also want to make sure that players don't get hurt in a quote unquote meaningless game. And I think that's a real challenge that we've all got to sort of grapple with if we're in this business is understanding where those lines are. Is there collaboration? Is there an understanding? You can't ultimately in any sport. I mean, I'm a weekend warrior when I play hoops, right? You can't wrap me up in a mothball and say, oh, you're not going to sprain an ankle this weekend, or we're going to have to protect you from spraining an ankle. Like it's going to happen. And so I think how we put in measures to both protect the players and give them an understanding that this is what they're going through is the best way to go. One other point to you about international and Olympics, I think there are a significantly growing group of players who have international citizenship, right? And so I think you're going to see a lot of active players with Nigerian descent or other places who want to represent their country in the Olympics sort of go the route of representing their mother country. And I think that'll be a really cool dynamic, is when you see current or former NFL player from a different country line up against an NFL player from the United States. That'll be kind of cool to see too.
Oh, and I'm all for that. It can't just be the United States versus a world that doesn't have football players like we can produce. To the extent that NFL quality players can play for other countries, I think it just makes for a more competitive and compelling tournament. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.